everybody, welcome back to another lesson in my Level 3 Beginner Piano course. In this video we're going to learn C.Czerny's Syncopation Study in B-flat major from op.599 number 53. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and if you like what you see, give this video a thumbs up. Also, I offer online piano lessons if you're looking for one. There's going to be information below. This chapter is all about B-flat major. In the previous lesson we learned a C.Czerny study which was all about the B-flat major scale. This piece is still in B-flat major, but it's more focusing on legato, voice leading and syncopated rhythms in the right hand, which is something that can feel very unusual if we don't practice it. Syncopation means that the accented notes falls off beat. So if I play 3 notes here, on the beat, it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But that's in 3 beats, right? And I have 1 note per each beat. But what happens when one of the notes is not on the beat? So 1, so it basically feels like we're kind of playing after the beat, and that's called syncopation. And we're going to accent that longer note in the middle between the 2 eighth notes, that quarter note, so the crotchet between the 2 quavers. And this rhythm is very common in pop music, but also in classical music, and we really have to know how to count it and also how it feels. So we're in B-flat major, we've got 2 flats, every E and every B is going to be flat. It says allegro, so fast, and we are in 2/4, 2 quarter notes or crotchet beats in every bar. Let's start with the left hand with the first 2 lines, which is until the fine sign. The left hand has a B flat and D, so 1, 3. We've got chords in the left hand, staccato chords, and it's basically counting 1, 2, 1, 2. And we've only got 2 chords. We've got a B flat chord, B flat D, 1, 3, and we have an F7, so F, C, E flat, 1, 2, 5, which is an F7 chord, so tonic and dominant chord 1 and chord 5, 7. Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So very, very simple left hand. Just make sure the notes go down perfectly together, so every chord is very accurate. The staccatos feel nice and gentle and light. You play the left hand quieter than the right hand, and also play with rounded fingers and a nice soft wrist for these staccatos. And this way we practice our primary chords of B-flat major. The right hand melody starts number 2 on the F. Now the fingering is a suggestion only, as I said many times before. You can play this melody with lots of different other fingerings, and you can still do the legato. I gave one here which basically has quite a few finger substitutions to give you a challenge, but you can play it with a much simpler fingering as well. The key point is to keep it legato from the first note until the staccato in the last bar. So the big slur, all the notes under the slur need to be connected. So the way we're going to count this is 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So the quarter note, the crotchet, always comes on the and. 1 and 2 and. Or you could go with the Kodai version, which is ti ta ti ti ta ti 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 ti. But we're going to count it now. So 1 and 2 and 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 1, 2. And that's it. So 2 very long phrases. The first one finishes with staccatos, the second one on a held half note. The difficulty here is not really the notes, but getting the finger substitutions so that you end up on the right fingers and it feels comfortable. And also it sounds nice and even. So let's put it together. Now the difficulty again is coordination of articulation. Right hand is legato, left hand is staccato. So right hand needs to stay connected, and right hand should also be louder than the left hand chords because that's where the melody is. So 1 and 2 and 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 1, 2. Very simple. Now, if you get the first bar right, the rest of it is going to be good too. So just remember 1 and 2 and. So together, right, left, right. Together, right, left, right. And that's the way they join in together. Let's go on to the second section, bar 9 until the end. Again, starting with the left hand, we have our F7 chord, F, C, E flat, 1, 2, and then a B flat inverted chord, F, B flat, D, 1, 2. Then an F major chord, 1, B flat, back to F, F7, B flat, and jumping down to a C7, C, G, B flat, and F. So slightly more chords in the second half than in the first one, but make sure you practice the transition between the chords, because that can usually cause hesitations. When you put it hands together, the left hand doesn't know how to quickly move to the next chord. Right hand starts number 1 on the F, 1 and 2 and 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 1 cross under, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So we've got quite a few thumb crossings and position changes. Again, fingering is really important. Whatever fingering you choose, just make sure you stick with it so the hands get a chance to memorize it, so muscle memory can start to develop. In the end, when we have this E natural in the second last bar, the C7 chord, then we have these staccato Fs. And there we have D, C al fine, which means da capo al fine. So go back to the start and play it until the fine sign. Well, we also have a repeat sign at the fine sign. So how it works is you play the first 2 lines, then you play the first 2 lines again, then you play the second 2 lines, and then you go back to the first 2 lines again and you finish at the fine sign. Now when we get to these staccatos here, we can slow down a little bit to anticipate the return to the theme. So I will do it 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and back. I think it just adds another expressive dimension to this very simple piece. So let's put it hands together from bar 9. 1 and 2 and 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 back to the start. And that's it. So be very careful again, the chords are very accurate. We've got quite big chords here as well, and the right hand stays beautifully connected all the way through, and you have lots of nice phrasing and legato expression in that very simple melody.